Welcome, everybody, to the Chatbox Vale, your one and only mental health podcast here in Vale Valley, coming to you from High Five Access Media. We have Jen Saito, a very special guest, Eileen Marie, and I'm Liz Farron, and we are going to have an amazing conversation. Now, I have little notes here because I can't remember everything with you. But first of all, Eileen Marie, you are a holistic healer. You do massage, and you also do therapy for sound therapy, like with sound bowls and things like that. And I think right now it's time for all of us to get grounded and get connected. You are basically our tree chakra today. We're going to root with you, and you're going to show us how that we can really find some ways to get ourselves more grounded, especially in the tumultuous times that we are in at this moment. But like all things, everything has ups and downs. So we have to kind of breathe and figure out how to manifest our anxiety into something more positive. And I spoke with you on the phone. And the funniest thing is, as soon as you walked in, I'm like, I know this girl. I've hung out with this girl. I've known you for years. And I didn't know I knew you when we were talking the other day. So that makes it really fun. But we had a great conversation, and you gave me so much insight as to what you do and how you help people in another way that we like to do to branch out in healing aspects of our emotional and mental health and well-being. So with that said, why don't you give a nice intro of what you want to explain to everybody today? Give us a little bit of a synopsis of what you told me on the phone. I don't want to say it because I'll sound dumb. And I think what you do is extraordinary, and we all need this vibration right now. We need the energy, we need the positivity, and we just need the flow. And that's why I brought you on. And I was peeping at her page and her website, and I was super fascinated. And that's why you're here today. So Jen and I will ask questions, but we don't know what we're going to ask yet because you just pop on and we figure it out from there. So let us know all about you and how you came into this wonderful aspect of healing.
Awesome. So I have been in this field now for almost 20 years.
Wow.
I'm 45. I started my journey in my early 20s.
Who knows what they want to do in their 20s?
I didn't. I was so lost. Let me tell you, I was so lost.
I'm impressed.
But this journey unfolded on its own through my own traumas and mental health issues.
Right.
And that is how I really became passionate in this field. It began with, first of all, embodiment, coming into your body, being present.
Right. But sometimes when you're present, you're still experiencing all of the crap. So
yes.
There's got to be a way to...
Yes.
You can't avoid it, I know that.
Well, there's many paths. That's the thing, and that's what I've learned. There are so many paths that we can choose and look into to help with our energy. Okay, and help us to align in the healing field. So coming from, a very beginning, I was raised in a family that had not the best mental health. It was pretty toxic. I'm sure many people can relate to that, as I've discovered. I thought everybody had this perfect family, and then as I started speaking about it,
beaver cleavers.
Yeah,
well, you did. You had a good upbringing, right?
I had a great upbringing,
right?
Absolutely.
Don't get me wrong. She's experienced trauma like the rest of us, but it took longer for her to get it. You and I have early childhood trauma.
Yes, we talked about that. Correct.
You, on the other hand, are somebody that's more
Mine
new.
came later.
Yeah, it's interesting how it doesn't matter the color of your skin, where you were raised, how you were raised, what you believe in. Everybody goes through something traumatic, and the way you deal with it, whether it's one trauma, 7 traumas, or whatever in between, the way that you combat it is not to ignore it, but to work through it.
To work with it.
With it.
Correct.
I like that better. Okay.
To work with it and let it flow. You don't want to trap it in the body because that is where it gets stuck in the central nervous system. And all of this energy healing and healing is all based around the central nervous system regulation.
Okay.
Right? So anxiety, all those things come into play when our central nervous system is shot because of trauma or anxiety or being in constant fight or flight.
Mm-hmm. I hate that.
Right?
Being in constant fight or flight?
Yes. I literally, and I've tried, you have too, some other methods of trying to control the anxious mind and...
The monkey mind.
The monkey...
Yes.
Yeah, whatever. Yes. I have one, and I need a banana now. But Jen, I know that you've tried a few things for people that we've brought on here, and the breathing exercises, breath, air, and everything else. And there's always something that will connect with somebody. So if you have any issues with anxiety, which I think everybody does at this point, but whether it's new to you or it's a lifelong experience, wouldn't it be nice to let it go?
Yeah.
Okay, show me how.
And working with breath work is embodiment. It's bringing you into the present moment. So the first thing anybody can do is put their hand on their belly or one hand on their heart and just breathe into your belly. A conscious awareness of your breath. And as a nice grounding technique, I like to tell my clients to really imagine breathing all the way down, out your body into the earth, from the earth all the way up your spine and out the top of your head. It's just a simple technique to help bring your energy centered, right? And there's so many ways to do this. And another thing, just simply during the day, is literally just putting your hands on your belly.
All I feel is
and
fat.
No. But the purpose is to breathe deep in our belly and expand our belly when we breathe, because a lot of us get stuck in the upper chest, which is where that anxiety comes from.
And I think that's why we hurt in our shoulders and in our neck.
Yes, correct. As a massage therapist, one of the main things people come in is neck and shoulders, and that's where a lot of the energy gets stuck and the tension stays up there.
That is so bizarre, because I do know that our physical body reacts to our mental state. Mm-hmm. And I know it can lead to a lot of health issues, but the tightening of the muscles and the structure of our spine is really a big deal. And I have tinnitus slightly, but when I'm stressed, Christmas is coming. I mean, it's like,
and when you're stressed, you're too much in your mind.
Yeah.
So that's why you really need to bring that energy down into the belly area by your belly button, and you just do a few deep breaths, and then you'll feel the shift happen by just consciously taking that moment to integrate and bringing your energy down from the mind.
That's amazing. And it sounds very simple, but it really is something that you have to concentrate on, which reminds me of meditation.
Yes. And as a holistic massage therapist, that is how I start off most of my sessions, because people come in from their busy lives, right?
Yeah.
And I want them to be present. I want them to get out of their mind so we can shut their mind off so that they can fully relax and come in.
So, like, if you're a professional, Jen's a professional, she does real estate, and she has, there's a lot of stress in a job like that.
Right, in the mental mind all the time.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So what is the difference between her going in and just getting a massage, I just need a little massage, or a holistic massage from someone like you? What is the difference where she can come my way and realize, wow, I really, I can get a massage and then, but it's not, like you say, holistically healing.
Because of my trainings, I'm not only a massage therapist. For the last 20 years, I've worked with meditation, energy work, sound healing, so a variety of holistic healing therapies, because remember in the beginning I told you I had so much trauma that I was working through?
Yeah.
And this was the path that I chose for myself. And I saw such profound shifts in myself.
It's amazing.
With doing those types of energy healings more so. But it was regulating my central nervous system. It was creating expansion in my body.
But the fact that you were so young and you figured this out is amazing to me. I'm way older and I'm still figuring it out. I'm still working through the anxious mind and the, flight or fight all the time. Even if there's nothing, I'm not even talking about, I try not to watch so much news, because that'll really send me flying off.
Exactly.
But if just everyday life, little things that pop
trigger
up.
us.
Oh my God. It's a lot. So what kind of holistic massage do you actually embrace?
So looking at the body in a holistic perspective, I'm looking at your physical, your mental, and your emotional.
And you can get that from sitting down and chatting.
Yeah, it's like where your energy's at.
All right. Where's Jen's energy? I want you to look at
Jen. She's looking pretty grounded today, actually.
You're always the grounded
this is the
one.
first time I met her, but she's looking pretty grounded.
She's just feeling grounded.
It's good.
Just feeling a shift in consciousness.
Really?
Yeah, because you know what? Like, I had a day where I actually was like reflective on all of the positive things that are going on in my life. And
Oh my gosh.
You know what? Like, I'm actually doing really freaking well.
Oh my God,
yay! And it's taking me a really long time to get to that.
That makes my heart
space.
very happy.
Yeah, and like it's very easy for me to sit into everything that's going wrong and feeling, just stressed out by life and being a single mom for so long. And now I'm, a single person trying to navigate a new career, a new home, a new everything. Yeah. And so sometimes it's a lot to feel on my shoulders, new career and everything. And so, but today I was just, I was really graceful with myself, and I believed it for like the first time.
Did you feel gratitude?
It was a gratitude. It was just like listing, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, it kind of came from this thing where it was like, what do you do? Like who you are, like on your off time, like from your career, like really shapes like who you are. And I was like thinking about it, I'm like, we do a podcast.
Yeah.
We're in the theater company. And like,
right. It's not like we're lumps.
Yeah. And I was just like, this is actually like a lot, of positive things that, I've been building in my life. And I think that I don't appreciate them enough. And so
that's so special. That makes me happy.
I was in the air, and
she was in the air and she was still the most grounded in the group.
Well, that's a very good mindful technique to, take a moment and realize where you're at in life at the present moment.
Totally.
And have gratitude from where you came from to this present moment.
Yes.
Like that's amazing.
It shifts. It's crazy how
it does shift. And a lot of times we get so caught up in the future, right? And I think that's where a lot of the stress comes, is observing the mind. Are we in the present moment, or are we stressed out about the future, which didn't even happen yet?
I mean, and from my experience, anxiety is about the future. And it's not even, I know everybody says there's a lot of fear involved, but sometimes if I look at my day and I know that I have this to do, but then all of a sudden there's this new added thing, that gives me anxiety. And it doesn't have to, but it does, because then I think, I have to shift everything. And then I have to make sure that I'm ready for that. It's weird. So it's like, oh my God, there's something else coming up that I'm gonna have to do now. And then I get all verklempt.
Yeah, and life throws you those things, and it's going to. And it's just having that mindful awareness of that when that comes up. Observing the mind. This is where a lot of my work started with meditation. I began a Buddhist practice in my 20s.
Wow.
And this was literally huge for transforming my monkey mind. I'm not kidding you.
You should write a book called The Monkey Mind.
I mean, because the family hierarchy that I came from was just, screaming, anger, not good emotional well-being, we call that. Being able to observe your emotions and not letting those emotions, as most people do, get the best of you and just screaming or, whatever that may come.
So you had a volatile family, not like volatile like that, but like my dad was always yelling. He was always mad. He always came home from work PO'd.
And that's not good emotional intelligence. That's actually the word for it.
It's terrible.
It's emotional intelligence.
The only attention I got was if they call my name, I go, come here.
Right.
Change it to channel 7. And I was the remote control.
And then that can create things in your adverse effects in your later life, right? Because how do you handle it if somebody gets upset or angry with you?
Oh, not well.
Right, exactly. So it caused that. Right, from having that type of emotional, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so back into the meditative practice, it really helped my mind to be present and to be grounded. And, as you go into the healing, the mind has an alpha, a beta, and a theta state. Oh. Most of us operate in the alpha, which is the do, When we can get into the healing state, which is the theta, you drop down from alpha, beta to theta. When we can get into that theta state, and we get there through meditation, sound healing, massage, all these alternative holistic practices, are the purpose is to get you out of that mindset.
Wow.
And
you're in the theta state right now.
And create a healing, right? Because then the monkey mind's not going so much.
Great.
Right?
I'm eating bananas and she's over there like, zen.
And that's beautiful, right?
I think it's amazing.
But
I really
it all
do.
starts with an awareness, right? It's like, okay, how did I just respond?
Well, let me ask you.
What was my response to that, right?
How does somebody with a very anxious brain figure out a way to not only embrace but work on a meditation? Because when you're an anxious person, it's almost impossible to meditate.
Exactly. So it's retraining your system. And this is the trick. It's putting the work in. You literally are reprogramming your computer system. Think of yourself as a computer system, and it has all this programming.
I short-circuited a long time ago.
right? And all these beliefs running, right? Yeah. And so every now and then we got to do a check-in. What's going on the in-state? What are these beliefs I'm holding? Are these beliefs even true?
Yeah.
You know, I got another list. I'm not even going to be able to do it. You can do anything because you are powerful.
Right.
Right? So it's maybe changing your perspective and checking into what beliefs are running, what programs are running, and reprogramming them.
I love that. I love what you're saying, because I feel like part of the shift that I was feeling is that I read something that said that, like, you don't have to wait for the shift to happen. You just decide to shift, and then you've shifted. And I love that, because I think anxiety comes from this idea of, like, oh, if I only do these things and this 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 and this, then I'll be successful. Then I'll have, you know, the love or this. And then it never feels like a completed list. And you always feel like you're chasing this next level.
Like a hamster wheel.
Yeah, exactly, like a hamster wheel. But like if you just decide and flip that switch to shift into that mindset, then it's like you're not waiting for all of these things to happen before you're there. Like you're there and you decide to live on that plane.
Yeah. I have to say, having the chat box for the last 2 years has really been good for, I mean, the both of us, but like you were not talking like this a year and a half ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was a lot of unsurety and so much doubt and things like that. And you're so much more stronger and self-aware and self-satisfied, because you were always a little like, I don't know. And I really do feel, I felt your shift. I'm still a hot mess, but she's doing really well.
She's very grounded. She's working on that grounding. You know?
I'm very impressed, and I'm so proud and happy for you. And I'm joking. I'm a work in progress, but I also have learned a lot of great things from guests like you that give us a little different like an outlet, like another way to deal with our stuff.
So a few other helpful tips in reprogramming our system when you want to make those changes.
Sure.
What are you plugging your information into? Like, what are your awareness into? Are you watching the daily news? Are you spending so much time on social media? Or are you listening to high frequency music? Which is a thing, right? Yes, 428, 528 frequency, 432.
Okay, so why is that hertz level good?
Because it does good things for that brain. So it gets you out of that alpha into other brain waves.
Can we recap what are the hertzes again? Will it hurt my skin?
432, 528 are two of my favorite frequencies, and you can find them on YouTube.
Or you
just
can
listen to it. Like,
could you actually go into your favorite music category and find out what megahertz they are?
I'm sure, but I think most rock and regular artists, unless today there's a lot of intentional artists these days because the consciousness is rising, that there's a lot of artists that I work with today that actually incorporate these healing frequencies with the intention to help you raise your frequency, right?
Oh my gosh.
So music is powerful with frequency, and they know that, right? Because there's certain frequencies that can bring you down if you're listening to certain music. And then there's certain frequencies that music is powerful.
Oh,
right?
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the juice bumps. The goosebumps right now because of that. Did you go to Music for the Mind over the weekend?
I did not.
I know. I want to go too, and that is something that's brand new. But what they did was they encompassed music with mental health awareness and guidance. So I'm super excited for that to happen for a lot more years to come. And it just does kind of encompass what you were talking about.
Yeah, and besides that frequency music that you can get on YouTube, and you really got to start programming that music into your daily routines. Also, another artist or another mentor that I love his work is Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Okay, and who's that?
I've heard of him.
You have?
Yes.
I think we've had people talk about Joe Dispenza, but
he is somebody I highly recommend if you're looking for tools, and he produces a lot of meditation mindfulness.
Ooh.
So, for example, there's a lot of mornings I'll start my morning off with listening to one of his an hour meditation that he does. And he's helping you to reprogram your mind by using mantras. Right?
Wow.
I am worthy of receiving, and I create abundance, and so it's
I always laugh at those. I don't know why. I'm like, whatever.
It actually works because it's
the more you listen to people with vision boards, they make them work. I look at them like, I'm not cutting stuff out of a magazine. What the hell's wrong with you people? But I know that when you have little notes to yourself on the mirror, or things like that. really does help ingrain some self. What is it called? Confidence. There you go. Hey,
like with mental health, I mean, your beliefs. What if you're feeling down about yourself, and what if these beliefs are coming from your family? You know, the way people treat you or something, right? So that's another example of why you need to reprogram what's going on in there by listening to these mindful meditations, like Dr. Joe Dispenza.
And where do they find Joe Dispenza?
Oh, he's on YouTube, but he's international. This guy does workshops all over the U.S.
Joe Dispenza.
Yeah, he's amazing. Wow. So I just love listening to his stuff. It's really high vibing, and it really helps you to be the creator.
Oh, I like that.
Well, you know, I was talking to my friend Sunny the other day, a mutual friend of ours, and I'm not getting into religion, I swear, because I do not talk religion, but we were talking about, she said, mention something. She goes, you know that God's not just a guy up there. We're all God. And she said something like that. So she goes, when you are taking care of yourself, God's taking care of you. And I was like, ooh, that was a whole weird way to look at it. I'm like, oh, well, I better start believing in myself a little bit more now. No, but you know what I mean? And it's more of an energy, and you know, everybody has their own different envisions of what God is and all the other stuff. And I'm not ever going to go into that.
Well, I like that.
Unless you're a theologist.
To, like, your body is your temple. I live by that.
And that's kind of what she meant by it. Yeah, your body's a temple. I wish I treated mine like a temple. I treated mine like a crack house.
You can always start over. But that godliness is just, you know, having that positive mindset, right? Having that higher vibration.
Yeah.
Right? Being positive, aligning with, I think it's aligning with love to me. Like, to me,
well,
God
self-love is hard. But then you say that is love, and then a lot of people, like you, I don't know how you manage something really early, and I'm really impressed with that. But like a lot of times it's hard to love yourself when you've been put down or yelled at as a kid or abandoned by a parent or talked down to or insulted.
Yes.
Or witnessed violence.
Yes.
There's just a whole bunch of stuff.
This is part of the trauma, as for me being a trauma-informed therapist.
Right.
Some of the energy techniques that I work with help with emotional clearing and cleansing, because I do believe that a lot of these imprints, I will call them, energetic imprints, get stuck in the body.
And that's why you end up forming an opinion of yourself, because you've seen such darkness.
Exactly. But I can tell you from my personal experience that you can rise up from all this, because there's so many amazing healing techniques available, you know, that help to clear working with energy medicine. Unfortunately for me, it's always been working with energy healing modalities. You know, pharmaceuticals for me, they just didn't work. I didn't feel good on them.
Right. That's way with a lot of people.
So I found it in this, and it is work. It's not like you do it once. I've been doing this work for 20 years.
Right. Well, you can't just expect to
one time and
pop
you're healed.
A pill or do one of these little lessons.
And to your point, you have to believe what you're saying, and that takes
Yes,
practice. I
absolutely.
think it's repetitiveness, because in the beginning, it's like you're like, oh my God, this is so stupid. But when you do it over and over and over again,
you take accountability for it and you believe in it.
Well, it starts to become real. Like, it's just that repetition of it. Because if you're not used to hearing it your whole life, and then you start saying it to yourself, you're like, this is bullshit.
I know.
Like,
it's true.
When you keep doing it, then
a lot of times
it starts to seep in.
No, because you're making such a big point, because like I'm the kind of person that when I get mad at myself, I'll say, I would never talk to anybody the way I talk to myself.
You're
right?
Very hard
and self-talk
yourself.
is so important.
My self-talk sucks.
This is where we got to reprogram all this, you know?
Well, okay, help me before I die. I'm like way up there already.
First of all, it's observation, right? Like, what's coming up, right? As soon as you think those thoughts, I have a little thing I like to do is say, I put my hands on my heart and say, clear, cancel, delete. Clear, cancel, delete. Clear, cancel, delete.
Clear, cancel, delete. Clear, cancel, delete. Clear, cancel, delete.
And then it's like, I am worthy.
Yeah, I'll get there. No, I'm just kidding. I am worthy. I'm kidding. I have really good days.
I am rising, you know? But it's true. This is reprogramming, and that's why it takes time. Right?
Time is ridiculous.
I've studied a lot of emotional techniques where we help to clear stuck emotions out of the body. And some of my clients feel it. They feel so much lighter when they get this type of energy work incorporated.
Yeah, I felt that way from yoga for the first time I took it. I've told this before on the podcast, my first time ever doing yoga 20-something years ago, I laid there sobbing, and it was flowing down my face, and I didn't even know why.
Right? It's so beautiful.
I didn't think it was beautiful at the time. I was like, what's wrong with me?
Yes, I agree.
I have no idea what came over me. And then,
And,
that was important.
Yoga is a great tool for emotional well-being. I got into
and
that
stability.
as well. Yeah. And the same thing, it's like, okay, I can get mad and angry at my boyfriend, or I can go to yoga class and process it and release it. Because what is it with yoga, right? It's body movement. There's emotions that get stuck in our body. And then breath work. Breath work is one of the biggest things with yoga.
Yeah,
right? That
of
lion's
course.
pose, right?
Yeah,
Letting that go, right? How powerful.
It is. And I like breathing through my nose for some reason anyway, more than my mouth. I don't like mouth breathing.
Well, there's some different things. They're both important. The mouth, when you breathe out of the mouth, it actually activates your vagus nerve. Yeah. And the vagus nerve is something that I work with a lot in holistic healing. Because
what is the vagus nerve?
The vagus nerve.
Because I saw it spelled online, and I was like, is that this area down here? The vag nerve? What is the vag nerve?
The vagus nerve. So it has a lot to do with embodiment and the fight or flight system.
So how do you work with it?
It's the longest nerve in the body. It starts in the ears and goes all the way down the front of the body down to the feet, right? So there's so many different ways to work with it. As far as breathing and meditation is number one that I learned that helped to heal my vagus nerve after so much trauma, right? Because it was a mess the first time I got into it.
Do you compartmentalize the trauma now at this point? Like it doesn't affect how you behave anymore and how you react?
No, I've flowed with it and released it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, 20 years into it, I hope so, right?
Are you going to do a tooth exercise?
A tuning fork, right?
I thought it was
one of the
cavity
ways.
filled.
Yeah. This tuning fork is one of the ways that I work with the vagus nerve in the ear. It's a vibration.
That's the tinnitus ear, so it's weird.
So it's literally a nerve, right? And if it gets super activated because of stress and trauma, because it goes down the whole body.
It just tickled.
It goes to the whole body.
All the way down, like it was like,
So cranial sacral therapy is something that I learned also that I work with that works specifically with that nerve when people have had a lot of trauma. So we help to release that nerve, which stores, and then let me tell you, this goes deeper.
I still hear the sound.
So the vagus nerve is responsible for all the organs in the body. So when I find people that have digestion issues in this, it usually has to do with the vagus nerve being so trapped because of trauma.
So how did it do it to Jen?
So this is a tuning fork. I use a lot of the tuning forks in the ear because it really helps to release
that's a cool
the vagus nerve.
Tell me if you get tingle.
It's an energetic frequency, but also breath work does it as well. Breathing out the mouth.
I can feel it.
I can hear it through her headphone.
Right? And so there's different things that I use with it, like even just that.
Oh, hey.
Whoa.
I need a cigarette now. I'm just kidding.
So this works with the energy body, right? So there's meridians in the body, like acupuncture. So when you use this, it helps, again, moving trapped emotions. The lungs hold so much emotions and grief.
Your lungs?
Oh, God, the lungs hold so much grief in Chinese medicine.
Wow. Chinese medicine's amazing, too.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So in my holistic practice, I use the tuning fork a lot to work with people on an energetic level.
Wow.
Because the nerves are energy, right? And if they're stuck...
she wants something.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It feels like a motor.
I know, but like a kitty cat motor.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's just cool. And it's like
Feel it on
when
her
I
heart.
use this on people's lungs, it helps them to breathe deeper. It helps them, emotions get stuck there.
Totally.
So can somebody come get a treatment from you for this alone?
Yes, I do energetic treatments and then I do holistic massage. My holistic massage is an integration. It's usually 90 to 2 hour sessions. Believe it or not, a lot of people come and get 2 hour sessions because I integrate so much work and I'm working on so many levels of the body.
Wow.
When can we sign up?
I know. I'm so ready.
So the vagus nerve, right? So working with the tuning fork is one. The breath work, the yoga, because you're doing that breathing, helps release that vagus nerve.
Definitely.
Right? And so remember, that vagus nerve comes down the front and it helps to regulate the organs and everything. So that's one of the ways that we help to get people settled.
I'm
right?
impressed. I know I'm going to have you do it at the end, but while everybody's excited about this, because I am, how do people reach you? We'll do it at the end as well, but how do we find you?
Yeah, my website is healingrootsvale.com.
Ooh, I love that. Healingrootsvale.com.
Yeah, you know, I Healing Roots was my thing just because natural holistic healing
and I called
is
you
my
our
medicine.
tree chakra before.
That's funny. You know, and it was just like that I just was born like noticing energy from an early age.
Probably because you were traumatic from an early age.
It was just like some people sense energy and some people don't. When I was a teenager, I was very close to my grandmother and she had so many health issues.
Right.
I would go to the hospitals after school when I was in high school and visit her.
Wow,
and I would walk
so
around those hospitals and just look in all the rooms and I would notice, wow, these people, their life force is there's no life force here in these hospitals.
Oof.
These people look dead. Their energy is low. So I used to walk around and just smile and wave at all the old people and cheer them up.
You should have Tony forked them all.
But it was like, this is where my awareness began in natural medicine, was as a teenager walking through these hospitals and just being like, this doesn't look like healing to me. Yeah. These people are on meds. They're hooked up to these machines. I'm not seeing life force, energy.
That is amazing. And I'm still so blown away that in your 20s that I wouldn't go to a hospital in my 20s. I'd be like, there's dying people over there.
And the food that they would offer them in the hospitals. Right. Like TV dinners.
Jell-O.
Again, no life force. So I was very confused. I was like, this system does not feel good to me. You know?
It has changed, thankfully.
They're giving good quality food now?
No. But I do believe that the service is more quality. I feel like there's more empathy in the field of medicine than there used to be. I feel like people used to be just like people laying on slabs. I'm sorry. You know, people just coming in and checking out, diabetes, okay, and keep moving on. And they never really would have a conversation with you. They would just talk to each other while you're laying there or whatever. So having had to have a couple of things go on in a hospital, the way people have treated me is magnificent compared to the way I saw it used to happen when generations ago, where there was no empathy, there was not sympathetic people. I feel like there's more altruistic people going for jobs like that as opposed to just altruistic people like you. There's the science, and then there's the holistic and the whatever you want to encompass it as. I believe in all of it. I think we need all of it. I do agree with you that I wish so bad that we could get out of the pharmaceutical dependency and learn how to work on our things in a definitely more natural way. But there's also been so many things shoved down our throats that, in a sense, there's many people that will be deathly afraid to stop any kind of medications that they're on for depression or anxiety or any other sort of mental issue.
Yeah, and there's a lot of fear around that, and it takes time, and it's literally an investment.
Yeah.
Because it's so much easier. They go to the doctor, you get a pill, you listen to them, right?
Yeah, some of those pills make you feel good.
Yeah. But, the other path is it requires a lot of work.
Yeah.
But so would you rather put the work into yourself or pop a pill every day and move on?
Well, that's exactly what it's about, is owning, like, where do you want to be with your wellness? How important is that?
Oh, first and foremost in my mind. What about you, Jen?
Well, I've tried the pills. I've had, ADHD, and I've used medication, and, I find that it's all short-lived, and then it's when you're not taking them, you still feel crazy and you still feel all over the place. And so, for me, finding a holistic thing and doing the work and putting in the work is everything, because, that's more lasting, that's longer lasting, that feels better.
Than an Adderall.
Well,
first of all, I tried one of those once. I thought I was in a Bad Doors movie. They do not work unless because I don't have it. I don't know.
True.
But I was like,
everybody responds differently.
Yeah.
I'm sure to medication. But yeah, for me, it was fine. I didn't have adverse reactions to it. But, when I would not take it, there was definitely a difference from when I would take it versus not taking it in a coming down period and all of that. And so, and it's just depending on what I'm doing, when I sometimes feel like I need the focus versus not need the focus. But putting in the work in other places in my life too, and dealing with trauma and dealing with these other things that I feel like I want to focus on and get rid of and clear, then I feel like I can, these are all things that lead to things like my monkey brain and why I can't focus. So
I've never heard monkey brain before.
Yeah, so I feel like if I can, deal with it there and put in the work there, then maybe I don't have to take the pills. Maybe I heal.
And as long as I've known you, I've never seen you take Adderall.
No.
Maybe when I first met you. I don't know. But all I'm saying is I know you're not a daily taker.
Right.
And you really have been working on your ADHD. What do you have a recommendation for her?
Well, you are your greatest investment.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
I like that.
So I invest. I feel so wealthy. Not wealthy in the fact that I don't own a multi-million-dollar home or anything.
What do you do with
but
that?
let me tell you, I invest in my food. My food is medicine. I learned that in my 20s as well.
Absolutely.
Food is medicine.
Yeah.
I have a big passion for holistic herbal medicine.
Nice.
I feel rich because at my house, you open my medicine cabinet is nothing but herbal tinctures and medicine. And that's what it's been like. You know, that's been my medicine for the longest time. And I'm healthy. I've never been in the hospital. So
You
this
look
stuff
amazing
does
too.
work. Thank you.
You have a glow in your face and skin about you that I feel like because of your self-care and your self-love, it shows.
Well, that's an investment. That's energy medicine.
Right.
You're seeing it.
No, I mean, it
That's
really
the
is. I really
investment.
do see it on
Aw,
you.
thank you.
I do. And I mean, like, I've seen, we know a lot of, now that I know who we know each other, we have a lot of mutual friends. And it's very interesting to see the dynamic between people that don't even try to take care of themselves and they're just off on a tangent all the time.
Yeah.
And then there's somebody that wakes up a little bit and says, okay, let's think about me. Let's think about me. Like Jen just recently decided she doesn't like who she is when she drinks anymore. And it wasn't really like a heavy alcoholicism thing, but maybe on the way, you know more than me. But the fact that you chose the path to take care of yourself and stop and work through that, it's massive.
That's emotional system
It's
regulation.
huge.
That is huge.
It's huge.
Because, alcohol has been used for centuries for us to mask
It's
our
not
stuff.
medicinal.
But if you, and it
Exactly
could be
right.
fun, but if you're not dealing with your shit, your emotions, and you're masking it, then you can turn into that ugly drunk, right?
Yeah.
Right?
She's a fun drunk, but still.
Yeah.
my body was just no longer processing alcohol, and I wasn't feeling like I was progressing in my life in the way that I wanted to, as fast as I wanted to, and all of this with the drinking.
And it's also helped you with the dealing with the ADHD.
With the ADHD, once I stopped drinking, I was like, oh my God, I thought all these things were ADHD.
Clarity.
And it's actually me drinking.
Yeah, well, alcohol makes us a bit foggy. I will say that.
Absolutely.
Like
Before, during, and after.
Exactly. Energetically, it definitely brings you down. So that's another thing. If people are literally engaging in alcohol every day, as sometimes it happens here in our mountain towns,
Well,
right?
that's what I meant by people who
it's
go off.
Yeah, that's really bringing you down, because I know I feel really down if I have a
depressant.
hangover.
And
right?
not only that, but alcohol
it brings
is
my
a
energy
depressant.
down.
Totally.
It does.
It is something that exacerbates all the bad stuff. And I'm just beyond proud of you. And I don't drink anyway, just because I think I just got old. And when I moved out here, I couldn't drink because I got really, really hammered like that with the altitude. So I just kind of phased out. But I never really had a big alcohol problem. There was a lot of other things that I dived into that I needed to get rid of. And it has happened.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because to wake up feeling fresh and normal and not either sick to your stomach or, just like all whacked out of your mind or just unclear or wondering when the hell you are.
Well, exactly what you described is part of the problem with mental health, with alcohol,
Yeah. And
it brings
a lot of
you
other
down like that.
substances, yeah.
Exactly. And some people don't know what it feels like to wake up clear and not heavy,
it's
and
the
not heavy
greatest
because of
feeling.
all those substances, And it's sad because it's a cultural thing. So anybody that walks away from alcohol, I'm like, well, you have a lot of self-power to do that.
Absolutely. I am
That's amazing because it has become such a social conditioning thing. You go anywhere.
Well, anything you plan is around alcohol.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because it was the same with giving up gluten. It's once I felt in my body how good it feels to not
have
have
it
these
gone.
things that are poisoning you. And you're like, why would I ever do this again?
And that is so true. I like a little alcohol from time to time, but it is poisoning us.
Totally.
It is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the other herb I wanted to mention about ADHD, because if you are on that long time, any type of pharmaceutical you're on is really going to mess with the biochemistry of your synapses and everything in your brain. But anyway, an herbal mushroom, lion's mane, is one of my favorite for
I keep hearing about
focus
that.
and clarity. The lion's mane.
My friend gives it to her dog. I was like,
oh, that's an interesting one. Okay,
why does your dog take that? But I've been hearing a lot about lion's mane. It's something
for
that
focus and clarity as a nice replacement for people that don't want to get off the ADHD, pills.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's really interesting. And I mean, I've heard a lot about it, and I know it's really got a lot of benefits to it for sure.
And there's a lot of herbs out there that actually have to support our system as well. Like ashwagandha is one of my favorite herbs.
I tried ashwagandha for stress.
Yeah, because it helps with our body. Did you take it
thing.
for at least 30 days?
I took it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
that it was like
taking ADHD medication.
It's like taking
you need more for your stress.
It's like taking a feather and trying to take an itch and go, here you go. Does it feel better yet? Does it feel better yet?
I think you need to start being the guinea pig because it's clearly working for me. So I think we need to have you be doing more.
Yeah, and it's also sticking with it,
Yeah.
It's sticking with it. There's a lot of different supplements and herbal things out there that help us. I'm also a big fan of CBD for people.
I am too. CBN also.
Yes,
Sleep,
all these natural medicines.
For sleep, CBN.
What is CBN?
It's another derivative from the marijuana plant, but it's not no THC. It's a CBN. CBD is for joints and
and for people that can't
inflammation.
sleep at night, that's also part of your central nervous system not being able to calm down. You're stuck in fight or flight. So that's a huge factor with people that can't fall asleep at night. Right? So it's like you're so wound up. Listen to some frequency music.
Yeah.
And, my clients that I work with, sometimes I recommend some CBD drops at night.
Oh, nice.
And it calms them right down.
And it's sublingual,
it works.
right?
Yeah.
Sublingual.
You take it under the tongue, and it works. I mean, it even works for dogs. I've witnessed it for dogs that have anxiety. Yeah. For your dog is like one of those dogs that won't stop barking and has anxiety. Give them a drop of CBD. It also helps them with their arthritic, when they
Dogs
get
have evolved.
Yeah.
They're like us.
Yeah.
They feel with us. They do it all. We're already. I don't care that we've run over time because I'm having such a lovely time. But I think the best way to bring this to a full, beautiful end is some sound bowl.
Yes.
And if you would like to guide us in anything like that, if there's anything you want to say, or you just want us to shut up and listen.
So, as a holistic massage therapist, again, because I'm integrating mind, body, and energy, a lot of times I like to use the sound alchemy, the 432 frequencies that a lot of these sound bowls are into.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you, with sound healing, because it's working with your energy body. Our emotions are energy, right? So all those stuck emotions that we didn't process and we just shoved, right? So I'll be honest with you, they can come up with sound healing, right? Because it's an energetic frequency, it vibrates.
Okay.
And frequency, in my opinion, is going to be the medicine of the future. I believe so strongly about it.
This is Z. We're going to give her some sound bowl therapy too.
So
Say
a
hi,
lot of
Z.
times in my holistic massages, I incorporate the sound healing for many reasons. To first of all, help somebody ground into my space as soon as they get on the table, so they can let go of their to-do list or picking up the kids or whatever they have to do. Right. So the moment that they hear this frequency, it does something to their brain and helps them to ground into their body and into the moment.
Okay.
Right.
Hurry up! No.
And then furthermore, it just helps to clear your energy. And with all of this, we really need to start implementing practices to clear our energy field. And it has to become a spiritual hygiene, just like brushing your teeth.
I love
Wait,
it.
I can hear it without you hitting it. Wait. Do you hear it?
I didn't even do it. That is cool. So this is a bowl that I absolutely love. And so just close your eyes for a minute.
Okay.
And just breathe.
Oh, gosh. Zoe reacted to that too. See.
Breathe into the belly. Exhale slowly. And soften as you exhale. How are we doing?
I like how it goes like it like beats.
Yeah, this is a handheld crystal tones bowl.
Hello.
That is so special.
This is. Don't worry, I promise. I'm not. You're like. She's like. I just gave her my baby. I gave her my baby.
That's my baby.
This is amazing. I feel energy coming from it.
This is a bowl that's literally made out of crystals.
That's why.
Particular crystal tones.
I learned something. I wonder if you can still see me. Yeah, I'm short. Standing up. If you put it on your heart center and you move forward, it's your stone. Like, whoa, see, I'm not doing that. Do you see my body? Do you see it?
And it's moving forward, yeah. It's good for you.
That's a positive.
Oh, you know your energy testing.
I do know energy testing.
Good.
I learned them
Yes.
Yeah, no, but and if it goes, okay. So the crystal is a natural energy. It's a stone. It comes from the ground. Whenever you go to those souvenir shops and have all those little rocks like the amethyst and the tourmaline and all the other stuff, before I buy them, I will hold one to my heart. And if my body goes backwards, it's not my stone.
Oh, interesting.
And I put it back, but I could take another tourmaline and try it. And if my body goes forward, then it's positively for me.
So that's a form of energy testing, and that's great to do even with food. Is this good for me or not? Like when I'm in Costco,
go like this?
Yeah, don't mind me if you see me in Costco, I'll be doing that. Like, oh, really? Should I try this? Oh, no, I don't think it's good for me.
Will your body go?
Yeah, you hold it in your center, you breathe, and you feel the sway. Which way is
So
the
here's
sway?
a hot dog.
And if it goes side to side, it's neutral. Right?
Yeah, neutral is side to side, so it's not bad or good.
Yeah.
You know, it can work with you or against you. You never know.
So what did you feel with that energy frequency when I just played it?
I could feel it here in my shoulders. I could feel like release.
Me too.
And it's just energy, sound medicine. Can you imagine? I didn't even touch you.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's amazing. And the weird thing is I do still have, like I have that slight ringing in my ear. This is bigger than it. And it was kind of nice to hear just that for a change. Because, you know, it lives with me. It's there. It's like a little freaking devil on my shoulder that's like... And it's not super pitchy. It's more of like a locust or those cicada bugs.
Well, they all have different tones.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of like the frequency of the higher pitch, because it kind of brings you, it kind of raises your whole energy up a little bit. Like I felt like I was even sitting up.
It does. I feel very energetic from it. So mine is a handheld one, and when I'm doing my massage, my holistic energy sessions, I literally can put this over the whole body so that it vibrates over the whole body, the energy systems, the physical systems, you know, and it really helps to move energy. Any stuck energy helps to move. And then I'm also doing massage integrated with it, so it helps me to release deeper and on so many more levels than just an average massage would. You know, and it's intention. Let's not forget the power of intention.
Yeah, absolutely. If you don't think you're going to get anything out of it, you're probably not going to, because you're too negative, and then you're not willing to accept it. So you have to first really be ready to accept new ways to move on through your life with a little bit more grace. I mean, for me, it's grace and dignity. I mean, the way I used to respond because of a certain traumatic event was terrible. I mean, like, I was like, oh, somebody better put that girl in a white coat.
But you witnessed that.
I did, and I learned from it. And I also did a couple of different practices on how to not let something, even though it took a chunk of you away, you're still here, you're still tough, you're strong, and it's not gonna make you run your life because of it. You're gonna run your life in spite of it.
When you can be the observer.
Yeah. Oops, you dropped your log.
That's where transformation begins, when you can step out of just doing and become the observer.
Yeah. Well, one time a friend told me to get a picture of myself as a little girl and sit with that and apologize to that little girl for all the terrible things that I've said to her and done to her.
Inner child work is no joke.
I hated that. But that was magnificent. So when Jen and I want to make an appointment, as well as anybody else, I really hope that this Chatbox podcast brings you light in different ways because we like to bring lovely people like you here and to give other people lots of options because not everybody needs to go to a therapist or a psychiatrist. Or maybe people don't want to microdose to get out of something. Maybe people want to just naturally heal.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you, you can. I know you can, looking at my girlfriend here for proof. I know that from the beautiful people that we've had sitting in this chair have just brought so much beautiful energy and light and magic to our village, our valley,
yes.
Vale Valley Village. That's for the old people over there on the south. I can't thank you enough for being here. This was really enlightening and special. And please, one more time, let everybody know how to reach you so we can get ourselves feeling a whole lot better.
Yeah, all of my work is customized, and honestly, no session is ever the same because each and every person is so unique.
I love that.
And has different needs,
I
right?
love that.
Whether it's physical, emotional, or mental,
Yeah.
right? So I have all these different tools that I can integrate into a holistic massage.
So if I come to you for a massage and I'm sobbing, that means it's working?
Yes, because you are releasing, and there's so many ways to release. So my website is healingrootsvale.com.
Yay.
And all my information is available to reach out on there. And I really love the work I do because it's made such a difference in my personal transition in life. And so I feel like that is why I am here, and that's why I was born in this lifetime as we are transitioning into the age of the Aquarius.
I know, the age of Aquarius. Do you want to explain that real fast, what the age of Aquarius is for those of us who are zodiacally...
We are just shifting consciousness so big right now. The energy is shifting, and that's why things are falling apart.
So, wait, I want you to say this again. I forgot you said this on the phone the other day. This is something really important because we're all feeling quite tumultuous and quite unsure and afraid. Say it again.
What was it? What were we talking about?
The age of Aquarius.
Oh, the age of Aquarius. Yes, because it is these systems that have been playing for so long that are not serving the collective. They're going to shift, they're going to fall apart, and it's going to look like chaos as the world looks like chaos
it does right now.
You know? So I think
how long does it take, this Aquarius?
Oh, it's a bit of time. But I see this is why we're seeing such a rise in healing right now and sound healing. I mean, from the first time I got into my sound healing class back in 2009, all of a sudden now, especially since COVID, sound healing is everywhere, and it's so cool because it's so powerful.
I've always, before I knew what sound healing was, certain sounds always pleased me.
Yeah.
Or smells, too. Smells can give me a nice serotonin boost.
Exactly. That's another nice mental health thing.
Yeah,
carrying essential oils because they're very uplifting for the brain and clarity.
It's not.
There's so many tools.
There are so many tools, and you're just a beautiful tool. I can't thank you enough for being here. That didn't sound good. Here's the most beautiful tool you've ever seen, everybody.
That's good.
Oh, God.
I am a tool. I'm grounded to be of service. So
that's true.
I am of service, so I am. In that essence.
You're a tool in a good way. Tool time.
Yeah.
Jen, do you have any other questions or enlightenment issues that you would like to talk about?
No, I just think it's interesting about bringing the future of medicine and healing being sound frequencies, because I've also heard that it was the way of the past as well.
Yes. It was used in ancient Egypt, in the temples, and I love this because I believe in timelines and past lives, but that we can do a whole nother talk on that sometime.
Yeah.
But
I want to talk about past lives.
Ancient Egyptian was in a frequency. They used sound healing. Have you ever toured like Mexico or different places and saw the big bells?
Oh, yeah.
Those bells have been disabled, and do you know that they were part of a frequency healing?
Yes. Why would they disable them?
Because we're in a frequency war.
Oh.
Of our energy. And that's why it's important to work with our energy and to learn embodiment and to continue to learn to work with our energy, because there's so many things out there in the world that actually deplete our energy and are not good for us.
Yeah, and there's a lot of spiritual vampires out there. Stay away from them. All right. I love you even more today than I did yesterday. I can't thank you enough. This is Eileen Marie, everybody. Website?
HealingRootsVale.com.
HealingRootsVale.com for all of your unbelievable needs that you will really, I feel better just talking to you. So I can't wait to get in on your table.
I love the work.
Thank you so much. And this is Jen Saito, my beautiful host. I love you so much. And little Z, who she went into a coma with the sound bell. And
she did. She was like,
I'm Liz. We are the Chatbox Vail, coming to you from High Five Access Media. Thanks for tuning in. You will see us on YouTube. And coming up next week, we will be on Channel 5 from Comcast. All of the episodes that we have produced here at High Five. So look forward to that. Stay well, stay beautiful, and we'll see you soon.